Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. That Thunder-Rockets game was pretty crazy last night. I have to admit, I turned it off after the Thunder got a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter. And what I missed was Houston going to a 2-3 zone and completely coming back, stymieing the Thunder offense. So we're going to look at that 21-2 run, plus a very key blown no call at the end that decided this game and could very well decide the series. The Rockets use a clever set where they have Asik set a back screen on the wing before he sets the ball screen for Harden. Collison has to help on the cutter in the lane, but Reggie Jackson screws this up by helping as well. He should have stayed home on Beverly, who splashes the three. The Rockets shift to a 2-3 zone to contain dribble penetration, and the Thunder should be ashamed of themselves for how they attacked it. They get virtually no ball movement, no screens, poor spacing, and the exact shot the Rockets want them to take. On this Harden drive to his left, Collison correctly comes over to help, but Westbrook is completely asleep on the weak side. He's supposed to help the helper and cover Asik. Instead, he gives up the dunk. On this possession, they send Russ through to the corner, and this turns into an ISO on Delfino. Asik should be much lower in the lane to protect the rim, and Russ gets the layup but blows it. As is often the case in a 2-3 zone, they give up the offensive rebound and putback. This baseline out of bounds play is executed very poorly, and the Rockets almost get a steal, unheard of while playing a 2-3 zone. Martin attacks with a dribble, misses Russ for the layup, and bricks the shot. On this screen and roll, Collison slides over to contain towards the baseline in ice, only Sefolosha is in the wrong position, easily allowing Harden to use the screen to the middle of the floor and get free throws. OKC opts to screen the ball against the 2-3 zone, which isn't a bad idea, but Beverly's effort is off the charts and Russ is too slow getting the shot off. In transition, Ibaka loses his mind, pointing out for someone to pick up Harden, looking right at Durant, and then picking him up anyway. Durant tries to push him out of the way, but Ibaka is committed. Martin feels like he has to come over farther to help Ibaka, but of course, his man is one pass away, a big no-no, and Delfino sticks the three in his eye. OKC runs pick and roll again on the right side, but no weak side screens. Durant is simply not open, and he takes the exact shot Houston wants him to. More ice problems for OKC. Ibaka slides over to contain the ball handler towards the baseline, but Sefolosha is playing Harden straight up, allowing him to use the screen towards the middle. Durant stares at the ball too long on the weak side and is late on his closeout to Parsons, but they get away with it. The perils of switching between man and zone. The players might get confused. Delfino is guarding Durant man-to-man, the rest of the Rockets are in zone, and Martin gets an open look. God-awful footwork on the shot fake, crossing his legs and unbalanced, then traveling by stepping with the right foot, no call, but that step was backwards and out of bounds. Rockets then shift into their double ball screen set, and the Thunder need to decide how they want to play this. Do they let Beverly use both ball screens and hedge, or do they force him away from the screens and contain with Ibaka? Ibaka is walking to midcourt to hedge, while Beverly cleverly crosses over to his left. Ibaka is in bad position, but he's so gifted he blocks the shot. However, this is false hope because his man Asik gets to waltz into the lane for the putback. In a perfect world, Durant would have boxed Asik out or at least challenged the shot. There doesn't seem to be a lot of order or structure to the Thunder's zone offense. They don't really get the ball moving on the perimeter, but do get good penetration into the lane. In the zone scramble, Durant finds a seam, but Sefolosha rushes this pass. Clearly a play he's not used to doing. This time Ibaka is in better position for ice, but Russ lets Beverly use the Harden screen to the middle. This essentially becomes a 3-on-2 and or a 2-on-1. Nice floater, but had he missed, Asik was there for the putback anyway. In another awful possession against the 2-3, Russ just turns it over. This can't happen against a zone like this. On the pick and roll, Kevin Martin plays it well, stunting at the ball but always intending on getting back to his man. Durant doesn't even attempt to box out Parsons, and it's Russ's job to get back to his man, James Harden. But he's busy pointing at someone else to take him, and they give the most dangerous shooter on the Rockets a wide open look. Asik gets great position for the rebound and gets 2 free throws, and Russ gets an earful from Ibaka. Then Sefolosha waves his arm in a very Bush League move, and to the ref's credit, they call a violation. Come on, Tabo. Beverly extends way too far out in the zone, but Russ is out of control and just about gets stripped. With no movement or screens, they just toss the ball to Sefolosha and the Rockets get exactly what they want, a long contested three. Ugh. They double screen for Parsons this time and it forces Sefolosha to hedge a few steps over. That's all the opening Harden needs to get into the lane for the floater. It takes a timeout by Brooks to finally get OKC into something resembling a zone offense. Screen and roll out top, with Ibaka back screening the forward in the zone, Sefolosha slides to the corner for the easy three. So OKC almost runs the same play with the screen and roll on top, but for some reason, Thabo cuts through to the right side. Had he stopped under the hoop, he would have had a layup. Had Durant slid further down the three-point line, he would have had a wide open three. Instead, Russ pulls up from 17 and bricks it. The Thunder increased their defensive pressure and it got the Rockets out of rhythm. Perkins comes over to shadow Harden, which is a good idea, but watch Ibaka completely lose his man Delfino on the perimeter. Perkins is already there in position to help on Harden. No need for Ibaka to come over, and watch on the pass how he goes to the wrong guy to close out. Easy three for Delfino. The Rockets did a number on the Thunder offense with their 2-3 zone, but Beverly gets caught way out of position. This pass should have gone right through his chest if he was where he was supposed to be. Instead, incredible Ibaka dunk. Out of the timeout, Houston turns to the Princeton offense to get a great shot. The basic motion is guard-to-guard pass, then backscreen the weak side guard. This movement gets the Thunder defense spread out and on their heels. Harden attacks for an easy layup. You stay in the zone long enough and teams get used to it. While this is the shot the Rockets don't mind Durant taking, he shows us all why he's the second best scorer in the league. The biggest play of the game came down to an egregious no call. Watch how Perkins grabs Parsons with two hands right in front of the referee. Parsons literally can't get away to run towards Sefolosha, and this gets him a wide open look. This referee should not work any more playoff games for missing this call, and Mikhail gives him some and how. So there you have it, sports fans. That was one of the worst blown calls I've seen in a long time. Right in front of the ref, two hands on Parsons, and it led to a wide open three. Unequivocally, that was the cause of the three being so open because he was trying to rotate a lot earlier. So the Houston Rockets have a lot to complain about. And then again, the Thunder also need to go back to the drawing board on their offense versus the 2-3 zone, because you can bet your butt that Mikhail will use it more in the games 3 and 4 in Houston until the Thunder can show they can handle it. They did show a couple of times where they understood some basic fundamental knowledge of how to attack a 2-3, but I'm not so sold, and this is certainly a way of exposing Scott Brooks' coaching inability in these situations. Well, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for lots more coming up at B-Ball Breakdown, and don't forget, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?